So I was telling you about how I chose to just deal with my emotions rather than eating them. And it starts with, seriously, y'all, I can't tell you enough that it really starts with just deciding, like when you feel something terrible, like just asking yourself, like, do I want to feel this? And if you don't, how do I want to feel? And for some of you, like for me, because I was like, pissed and angry. If you watch the last video, you'll find it. You're not going to upgrade to delightful or peaceful. You're just going to go up to a place where you feel like you can handle your shit, and that was with me in the last one. So if any of you have any questions about handling emotions when it comes to eating and all that kind of stuff, or you just want to say hello, now is the time. As you guys are coming in, let me tell you, I am Corinne Crabtree from PNPtribe.com. I lost 100 pounds 12 years ago, successfully kept it off, and now I help other women do the same. Our membership is open June 1st through the 5th, and then we will be closed again for a while. But I really have a passion, like when it comes to eating, one of the things I tell people all the time is that we as women usually know what to do. Our problem is executing it. Like, why am I not doing what I know I need to be doing, right? I mean, that's the big thing. And so I think that's one of the, it's not a hard concept. It's just one of those concepts where you have to work at it. And when I teach my clients, one of the very first things that I talk to them about is just recognizing when shit is spiraling out of control. When are you having these moments? When are you, like really get to understand the feelings that are in your body that you typically eat around? For a lot of us, it's boredom, anger, piss. I have one client, she's not on here right now and I won't say her name, but she was at camp this year, and like literally all of her overeating instances came down to her husband would do something that she didn't think he should do, and so then she would eat because she was angry. Like, I'll show him, I'll just eat. Well, that'll really teach him. And it's like, until you hear yourself say that out loud, you don't even realize like how asinine it is. Because the only person's getting punished is you. Like, you're angry in the moment, you eat to not be angry, and then the next day you're angry again at probably the same situation, and then yourself for not just addressing it in the moment. So we just talk a lot about emotions. And for you guys, if I had to give you one nugget when it comes to not eating your emotions, it is literally to figure out the time of day and what you're feeling when you typically overeat. For most of my girls, there's 2 witching hours. In fact, we have a program called How to Stop Eating During Your Witching Hour, but it's 4 o'clock, like the 4 to 5 o'clock range. And that happens because the day is decompressing, right? That is during the day where like you get, the kids, you're coming off the job. A lot of my teachers have a tough time during this part of the day. And we know like the second half of the day is fixing to, take off and run again. And so there's this little bitty, it's not even a real break, but we want the break. It's like, you're in transition time and you crave a break. So because you're dreading the evening, like homework or cleaning up the dishes, cooking the dinner and stuff, that transition becomes eating, and that becomes a habit. But I would encourage you guys to really just like think about, what am I feeling in this moment? For a lot of you, it is dread. And we don't want to admit it. We don't want to admit that we're dreading the evening, taking care of our family, or that we're craving a break, that we're just tired. And so my clients will eat through it because there is a little bit of break. I want you guys to think about when you're eating out of an emotion, that hit of food is going to trigger a new one, and it's called relief. It doesn't mean that you're no longer pissed. It doesn't mean that you are no longer bored or anxious or anything. It just means that you're going to get a little hit of some relief for a little bit, and your body will just keep looking for it. Eventually what happens is that if you eat at 4 o'clock enough every day, then that little bit of relief you get very used to it. and it becomes habitual. And so then you have to break the habit. And that's what I work on clients with is, well, then, what do you do next? And how do you break that? But if you were going to do one thing, at least get very aware of when it happens. The other witching hour that I see most often is going to be between 8 and 10. A lot of my ladies that's when they're actually getting the break. And so they're unwinding. It's the first time that they can sit back, relax a little bit, and then they want to eat. Because there's nothing like relaxing along with the hit of the relief in the food. And it becomes very ritualistic. So get aware of when these things are happening. Figure out, what are you running from? What are you trying, what is it that you do want to feel? And then just ask yourself, how do I want to feel right now? If you want to feel relief, then you can ask yourself, okay, does that mean in the form of food? Now, there's other things that go along with breaking that habit and other things that go along with doing all that and unwrapping a lot of stuff. But if you didn't do anything, starting there will get you such a leg up. And a lot of people can break the habit simply what we call through awareness. Just being aware of when those times happen. So that's one of my big tips for you guys. But when one of the things that I'm really working on these days, because I tend to, when things don't go the way I think they should, I'm kind of a control freak in some ways. I tend to get angry, and I have learned how to slow myself down and just say, I don't want to be angry. This is not how I want to go through life. Because here's the other thing, guys. If you're like me and when shit goes wrong, you tend to get angry and you feel like stuff's happening to you, I'm going to give you a big tip. This happens daily. It happens all the time. Life is never going to go the way you think it should. Life is going to go the way it's going to go. So quit putting expectations on it. If it doesn't go to your plan, it's on you to shift the plan, because life's going to keep rolling along. The funny thing is that life doesn't give a crap about your plans. It just doesn't. And it has no feelings. It's just happening. I don't care who or what it is. That's the way things go. I am sure when I was telling my story in the last video about Southwest not having my ticket, that somebody wasn't sitting back going, woo ha 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 ha, I can't wait to mess her up. That's just part of the deal. Life is going to happen. And it's totally up to you. It's totally up to me to figure out when these situations happen, how do we want to show up for ourselves? I don't want to go through life aggravated, angry, feeling terrible. I did that for years, and I weighed 250 pounds. I decided to quit doing that stuff and not weigh 250 pounds. And actually, let me scroll back. Somebody had asked, and it was in the last video, and I had to cut it off because everybody was having connection problems. And I don't remember who asked it. Jacqueline, I don't think it was you, but someone else said, hopefully she got back in. I wish you would post it one more time. Do you really ever know why you overeat? Yeah, you always know why. Or do you have to just teach yourself a new way to live? Fake it till you make it. Because I'll overeat, can't get enough. Then I do have times when food does nothing for me. Jacqueline, we always know. The problem is we don't slow down enough to figure out why. And Jacqueline, aren't you in the tribe? I'm almost sure you're one of the tribe members. If you are, watch this morning's live. Go to about probably 30 minutes in. The first part of the live, I talked about our new challenge, and we talked about, the Blame to Badass course. One is I would make sure you do that course. That's going to be very important. The other thing is that I taught everybody a technique on how to figure out why you're eating and what you're thinking. And so I want you to do that, and I want you to go through that. It's very important. Most people, what they do is they never give themselves an opportunity. And here, you need to know, it's important to know why you're overeating today. Now, here's a distinction, okay? And I want everybody to pay attention to this. A lot of you, and actually, I think my sweet daddy is on this live. If he is, then hello, daddy. You could type in, hi. He lives in Alabama. I don't get to see him very often. We text some, and we don't get to talk as often as I would like, but I just wanted to give him a shout out. When I was a kid, what was I even going to talk about? Why we overeat. All right, so when I was a kid growing up, we didn't have money. We ate in drive-thrus all the time. I mean, if I wanted to give you a boo-hoo sad tale about why I overeat now, I could. But that is not why I overeat now. Your past is in the past. So when you're looking for your reason as to why you overeat, it doesn't have anything to do, like people want to get all Freudian about this and they want to be like, it's my mama, it's my daddy, it's this, that, and the other. None of that matters, guys. The only thing that matters is today. So what we want to figure out is, why are you choosing to overeat today? And you will know, but you have to get good at figuring it out. And there are techniques in order to do that. You know, like one of the things is, if you normally overeat at 4 o'clock, why don't you just not overeat at 4 o'clock one day and see what your brain starts screaming at you? So if you're in my tribe, I taught you that one, plus what typical things that you hear, what to do with that, and then you can ask one of the coaches to help you work through it. But a lot of it, like, it's not just faking it until you make it. I tell people all the time, like, you can't fake anything. I mean, there are, like, you can start changing the conversation and just saying it until you believe it. But the reason why most people don't fake it till they make it is because fake means I don't believe it. You have to figure out a way to get to the point to where you believe in what you're doing. And for a lot of people who do overeat, there are old belief systems that are triggering it, like, it's just too hard for me. We tell ourselves things over and over again in the background of our mind. I mean, it's like way back here. We're not talking about way up here. We're talking way back here, where it's like in a little cave somewhere whispering. But it's loud enough to where it's influencing and affecting everything that we're doing. So if you're constantly having on a loop in the back of your brain playing, you know, we might as well eat this snack because it's so hard for us. I mean, and it's subtle, and the conversation goes on like that. Then you will just grab ass a little bit of food. You will just have a little bit here. And the next thing you know, you're overeating and you're doing other things because you continue to give yourself proof how, I mean, let me just say this. If you have this thought playing all the time that it's hard to lose weight and you're eating just a little bit extra every time you try to lose weight, well, you slow down your results. Boom, there's your proof that it's hard to lose weight. That had nothing to do with anything other than your thought. Like, you change that, you start changing everything. And that's what's wrong with the diet industry right now. The diet industry does not get that we have to do more than just eat off a piece of paper, or that we need another book, or we need somebody to tell us, here's the foods that you can only eat, or here's all the foods you shouldn't eat. Here's the good ones, here's the bad ones. It's more than that, guys. If that's all it took, every one of you would not be on this Facebook Live. You'd be butt naked laying on a beach somewhere with Adonises all around you. And we have got to, like, get past the idea that there is a quick fix out there. You have to fix this if you want to lose weight. That's what it takes. And that's what I just work on with my girls. Janae, I love your top. Thank you. This would be Venus.com. It's dirt cheap, Janae. You too could have one for like $11.99. It's just comfortable. That's why I love it. You are the real deal. Found a PDF of your hood workouts on an email from almost 10 years ago. Still, they are so good. That is hilarious because I literally was cleaning out some stuff and found a bunch of those things. I found the Work Your Butt Off cardio book too. Your words are always actual and factual. Thank you, Janae. You've been following me for a long time. That's so funny. We overeat for so many reasons. Food prep helps because I have it ready at hand. Yeah, I mean, so like food prep is great because one of the things I teach my girls all the time is make sure that you make some good decisions for yourself ahead of time. What happens is that, like, if you've not made decisions ahead of time when you emotionally eat and stuff, you are really ratcheting up the heat on falling into some doo-doo food because you will be tired and your brain is looking for the easy way out. It is like, nah, let's just do the drive-thru tonight, honey. We've had a tough day. The kids are screaming. Everybody's hungry. You don't have a choice. Like, how many of you have had your brain tell you the reason why you're eating pizza and the reason why you're in the drive-thru is because you don't have a choice because the kids are hungry or we've been busy all day? And that's bullshit. It is bullshit. It is just your brain saying, let's just take it easy. You could just as easily get a salad at the fast food restaurant, but that's not what we hear. And that's what I'm telling you. That's why, like, when your emotions are on high, when you are tired and you're faced with drive-thru, you've got two things going on. If you've already done some food prep, you made the decision when you were at your best. I tell people all the time, Sunday morning, I am at my best. I have my best like intentions in mind. I am planning like in my mind all week long, we are traipsing through the daisies, eating, bananas and chicken and just looking good. Well, by Wednesday, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, I got stuff going on, there's like things happening. If I didn't have my food prepped, I would be just like anybody else. I'd be like the old me, taking the easy way out. I just don't give myself that option. My Wednesday girl who's tired and stressed, thanks Sunday morning Corinne who gets her butt up out of the bed and plans for us all week long. Every week by Wednesday and Thursday, I am like high-fiving her ass because she totally took care of us. She had our best like interest in mind, and she made sure that we are staying on track. And the other thing is that even on some of those days when you are tired, it's like, I just need, like, what do I want to feel right now? It's not always tired, exhausted, frustrated, and, worn out, right? But that's what we're doing. We're choosing to feel like, a lot of times for me, I'm just like, I just need to up level my feeling. I want to feel in control. I may still be tired and stuff, but I want a level of control placed in the middle of all that. And when I start thinking about how can I be in control of this moment, I make better decisions. If I am in a drive-through, if I'm at a pizza place or whatever, if I'm asking myself that question, how am I going to feel what I want to feel right now, which is control, the answers pop out for me. Without it, they don't. Let's see. Hello. Dawn, you're such a little cheerleader for PNP. I need to work on more food prepping. I think it's the best thing ever. If you carry, like some of you guys, if you're having troubles with planning, especially, I teach a course. It's a free course on pnp411.com. If you click in the upper right-hand side, there's a yellow button. That course teaches you how to plan. It teaches you how to commit. It teaches you how to build on success. And it also teaches you, there's a 4-part series. It teaches you how to look back through your week and tweak. To me, that's the core tenets of losing weight. Like, that's why I have that as my free course. Because when my girls start with PNP, I want them to have that base level knowledge of, like, knowing what I teach. I have a webinar that's happening tomorrow. If you're one of my clients, PNP Tribe, you are getting the blowed out version, either Monday or Sunday or Monday. I have to do another version of it. But you're getting what they're getting with a lot of extra tools. So it's additional learning for any of you who want to go to it. But when I train anything, whether you're listening to my podcast, if you're taking my free course, if you sign up for a free webinar, you will notice there is always a theme. I never teach counting calories anymore. I never teach any of that stuff. I teach you how to think the weight off. Because I really believe in my gut that that is how you get weight off. It has to be a mental change. When I was 250, I promise you, what changed for me first was how I was thinking. I had started so many diets and failed. I had gotten so good at quitting on myself. I'd gotten so good at just like making a mistake and throwing it all out the window and eating my way to the next day that I was going to diet again. And when I had decided that I was like literally done with that kind of crap ass behavior, the first thing I told myself was, I will not do anything that I can't keep doing for the rest of my life. And I must have freaking meant it because I'm 12 years in. So I really believe that. So I teach people how to change how they think about stuff in their life, in their food, in their own like capabilities and stuff so that they can have it too. I just think all of us should get to do this. I think everybody should get to. I still remember when I first lost my weight, I couldn't even believe you could walk through life feeling like that. Like, I just remember thinking, I am so happy to be here, and I'm so glad that I did it in a way that I don't have to worry anymore. It doesn't mean that I was never worried. I mean, I had some worries, and I worked through that stuff, but it was like there was several times when I was 250 that I would get down to like 175, and I would be in sheer panic that it wasn't going to work because I had white knuckled all the way there. I had done such crazy things to get there. There was something in me that kept saying, you can't do this forever. You're going to have to figure out a different way to do this. And it would send me into panic. And then I'd end up just gaining the weight back. And it would start with a little well, let's just go out this one night. You've been working so hard. And I'd see the scale go up a couple pounds. And then I would oh my God, I think my weight is going up. And so I would try to overcorrect. And then I'd last about 3 days. And then I would just keep doing ratcheting up the restrict, binge, restrict, binge. And I say binge lightly. I was never a binge eater, and I have friends that are binge eaters, but I would totally overeat and just be like, fuck it, I'm going out, I'm blah, blah, blah. And that's how it would always come back. And this time, I learned how to build a real lifestyle. I learned how to go out to eat with my husband. I learned how to cook. I'd never learned how to cook, and I'm not no Betty Crocker over here, but I learned how to do some stuff. I learned how to travel. I learned how to eat and not have to stuff myself. I learned that I didn't need a drive-through anymore. I learned how to break some of my bad habits, and I learned how to love to exercise. Not everybody has to love exercise. That was just one of the happy side effects of everything that I did. And it was because I was willing to try anything, and I was willing to make mistakes, and I was willing to just keep going. I knew that there was no turning back. I just could not do that life anymore. And I haven't. And I've loved every minute of it. So let's see what else. I changed my phone's lock screen picture to one that says, "Who's in control?" That's awesome. Because it makes me say me aloud each time. That is the damn truth. Hey, Kelly Kaiser. I know a lot of these new PNPers, it's going to be so weird seeing, it always takes me a few weeks to transition from you guys being a Facebook fan page person to suddenly a PNP member, right? So I just want to welcome all the new girls. You guys are in day 1. We are only open until Monday, and then we close the doors again, guys. But it's going to be a good ride. We our March group that came through, oh my gosh, they have just been so awesome. All of our older tribe members that have been around for a while have just been well, this is nice. I mean, I don't know. Our tribe is so special. So anyway, I just wanted to welcome our new girls. And I wanted to give a shout out to all of our older girls, especially some of you girls that have been with me 6, 7, 8, 9 years now. I mean, it's just, it's so special. And I never take anything lightly when it comes to PNP. In fact, I almost could cry. I must be ovulating. You can always prep midweek too if a full week seems overwhelming. Yeah, we have a lot of girls that do that. In fact, my podcast, if you guys will look at, I think it's episode 6 where we did food prep. We talk about a technique that one of our girls uses. No, it's the Weekends podcast. One of them, she plans weekends on Thursdays. So, and today's Thursday. And so what she does, she plans her week basically Sunday through Thursday, and then on Thursday she does another plan, and that so that she can include her going out to eat. She does all of her workout plans for the weekend. She just does all that stuff, and so it's really cool. And if you go to the podcast, it's if you'll search, well, you can find it by typing in PHIT.click/podcast. That'll take you right to the Losing 100 Pounds with Fit and Fat podcast. And check out the weekends episode. And then tomorrow, the exercise episode comes out where we're going to get real about exercise. And it's especially good for anybody who's trying to figure out, where does exercise fit into their weight loss? Do you need it? What do you start with? All that kind of good stuff. And just my general opinions on a lot of it. Robin, just learning that meal prep challenge. Love not having to think what I am going to eat. Even though I do a lot of fresh meals, nice to have something just to grab. Yeah, that's me. I love food prep. Is this session still open? Yes, Wendy, it is. If you go to P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul tribe.com, we are open until Monday the 5th, and then we are closing again. It'll be a really good one. George, Erica, Thank you so much for sharing your story. I have lost 22 pounds. That is awesome. Following your advice, and I feel great. I've been feeling out of control for the last 3 days, and I'm glad I'm listening to you today. I am in control. You always are, Erica. Don't ever, y'all, don't let your brains fool you. It will try to convince you that you're not. You are always in control. If you're overeating, you're still in control over it. The one thing I never, ever allow is to think that something is making me do anything. I'm honest with myself. It's like, you overdrink, you overeat, you overdo anything, just know you chose it. And just at least tell yourself the truth on that. You will not believe, you know how they say the truth will set you free? You will not believe what a difference it makes when you quit blaming shit for all the stuff that you do and you just start owning it. Own it like a boss. Just put on the big girl panties and be like, this is me. So what am I going to do about it? How are we going to fix this? That's all you got to ask. New to PNP Tribe Day. Well, welcome, Miss Kimberly. Melissa, best investment I've ever made. Awesome. Gosh, y'all are so sweet. I swear to God. And I'm actually going live with the new tribe at 4 o'clock. You guys are getting a special welcome and stuff. And then at 6 o'clock, I have a Zoom call, which is like online video conferencing, where I actually talk one-to-one with my clients. Oh, goodness, my text messages. Oh, I'm trying to get these messages off my screen. I go live with them. So when you join my tribe, after you lose 25, and all my new girls pay attention, when you lose 25 pounds, you get into Queen's Club, which is free. And every month we have a special training with just me and you and whoever is in the 25-pound club. And you tell me, I just always started off with, tell me what's going on. What can we fix today? And then you get some special TLC and stuff. Carrie, I just downloaded a walking running app so I can track how many miles I do daily. I started walking every day. That's awesome. Good for you. I do my Fitbit. Of course, I'm getting ready to do hopefully a big race on Saturday. My running partner has been feverish, so we're not sure if he's going or not now. But I love the Fitbit, and it's been funny because I never take time off. I mean, I take like a day off, a week or something, but I never take a lot of time off from exercise. And I haven't worked out since Monday, and I won't work out until Saturday. So I'm really trying to go into this race fresh, ready, and willing to kill it. Gosh, you're telling me my story, but I haven't stuck to any diet. Aw. Go to Tammy, if you haven't, go to my blog site, pnp411.com. Download the free course. And I'm doing a webinar tomorrow, but the message already went out for that. There'll be one more message that'll go, like you can join at the last minute, but it's like in the morning. I think it's 9 a.m. in the morning. I will be doing it again probably on Sunday for everyone, and then my tribe is going to get their special one also. Dottie, I have been on Beachbody kicking my butt for the past month and doing right with food, but only lost 3 pounds and but 8 inches. However, just wondering what the difference is between that and your group. Hope that it's okay to ask. Yeah, so Beachbody is just like your videos and like meal containers probably. I mean, I'm a Beachbody rep, but I don't push the Beachbody. I just do it because I love Shakeology. And also some of my girls who do want to exercise don't have gyms, don't have trainers, and I like their video systems. I think it's great that you're doing them. I love their videos because they are, they're good instruction. I mean, if you want to work out at home, they're probably some of the better ones out there. There's lots of good ones out there, but I just know their stuff. But the difference with mine is we're not just doing a workout. Like, you're not going to get workouts with me. I mean, if you want to work out, you're going to do, like, I have some plans, but I focus on how you're thinking. Like, I focus on you executing it. I focus on why are you so concerned about 3 pounds but 8 inches. Like, we start looking at, one of the things like I have my clients do is they have to weigh in every Friday and they have to fill out a form. And this worksheet about your weight has very little to do with your number. It has everything to do with how you think about it. One of my goals is to teach clients how to, like, we all want to like celebrate when we lose and we boo-hoo when we don't, right? I mean, that's kind of what's going on here, is that you're you're doing all this work and you're putting all the emphasis on a number rather than examining the actions. And that is where the magic is. So I don't let my girls waller in the feelings too much. We start separating out the feelings and we start getting very focused on, well, let's get into the brass tacks here. What did you do last week? Let's look at their actions. You know, why did you do this? Why didn't you do that? What are we going to repeat? What are we not going to repeat? All that kind of good stuff. But I work a lot of just on the mental. Like, it's really, you know, losing weight is all about the mental process going down. And it's also about, like, a lot of people will lose weight in a way that they just can't sustain. And then they wonder why they're so scared when they get to the bottom. You don't lose weight so that you can be in fear and be afraid at the end of the journey. You will not be able to keep the weight off that way. So I teach my clients how to find that peace on the way down, how to find like a lot of the good emotions and feelings. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, but I don't like my body, so how am I going to be happy on my way down? It's like, because you're going to find happiness in the way that you're looking at things, at the way you're looking at your body, at the way you're looking at the world, at the way you're choosing to treat yourself now. We spend so much time as women focused on how broken we are, and we end up not treating ourselves very well. We don't prioritize ourselves, and I teach women how to do that in a way that doesn't make them feel gross about it. Like, every woman should be their own best priority, and it should be because you love yourself enough and you love the people around you to do it, not because you're selfish. But a lot of people look at it that way, and it's like it takes someone showing you how to start thinking about it, and you're like, this is how other people do that. Okay, now I see. And it doesn't mean that you have to spend more time or money. It's all in how you think about you, how you're showing up in the world and stuff. All of that is what I do. That's very different than the Beachbody. So it's fine to ask that question. Purple hair looks pretty. Thank you. What was the free site for meal prep? Hello, by the way, I love you. You are very inspiring. Thank you, Melissa. It's P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul, 411.com. There's a big yellow button up at the top right. You'll find blogs, podcasts, and my free course all there. How did you stop drinking soda? Diet Coke. Well, I drink one every now and then. I don't want anybody to think I never drink one, but I just started. Here's what I usually tell people to do, which works for me. No diet soda gets to come in. Like, I don't keep it at the house anymore. That stops a lot of it. If the only option is water, then, you know, there you go. But one of the things I do tell clients that are trying to break their soda habits is before you drink one, you're requiring yourself to drink 8 to 16 ounces of water first. Then if you still want it, you can have it. That starts the process, and that works famously for a lot of people because then they're getting super hydrated and they're not craving sodas as much just from a pure dehydration standpoint. So that's where I would start, and then just not allowing yourself to have it in your house. Like when I travel, a lot of times I will get one, especially if I'm flying. I'll have I love a Sprite Zero when I fly. Just there's something about it just settles my belly. I'm not the best flyer, by the way, but I fly all the time. But that's one of the best things that I usually tell people to do is just start with making yourself drink the water first. And then if you want to choose to have your soda, have it. You'll see just a natural decline. And you'll kind of, like, as it's declining, you'll find yourself a little bit more motivated to see what else you can do with it, how many more you can cut. Some people are fine with just cutting it cold turkey. Some people are not. You have to decide which way you would like to do it. This is the first video I listened to, and I love you. Thanks for putting it bluntly out there. Thank you, Kristen. How should I eat for insulin resistance? Victoria, for people with insulin resistance, I strongly recommend that you go on this is what a lot of my clients do, is a no sugar and no flour type diet protocol. It's not as hard as it sounds, and it's also super simple. There's 2 rules. Do not eat foods with flour. Do not eat foods with sugar. That means all flour, and just don't overcomplicate it. No added sugars. Like fruit and stuff is okay in the beginning. I would keep that in, but that's usually what I tell people. Jennifer, you look good. What's your age? Thank you, Jennifer. I'm 43, and I use Jergens Tanner, just so everybody knows. People will ask me, like, how do you stay so brown? Well, one, I was in Vegas for a few days, so I have been out in the sun a little bit, but I use the Jergens Foam Tanner for the medium to tan, and I apply that mess almost daily. So that's how I stay kind of dark too. Hey, Allie, I haven't seen you in so long. Good subject. I failed at this the other night royally. Miss you. I miss you too. Let's see. Jasmine, love your podcast. Literally listen to them over and over again. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I've been thinking about taking, and I've got to figure out how this will work, but I've actually been thinking about some of these Facebooks that I do and just recording them with the good mic so that I can dual purpose them and doing bonus episodes so that they'll be streamed and you guys can get the audio only of the Facebook Lives. If any of you are podcast listeners and you think that you would like that, if you'll hit the like button a few times, then I'll kind of know to make sure that I talk to Mr. Crabtree, who is the editor, and I guess he would be the producer of the show. I can talk to him about how we get that done and stuff, because I know a lot of my clients are always asking. I guess a lot of people want that. A lot of my clients are always asking for the streaming capability. So I can look into doing that, because I do at least one of these a week, and we could do something. So that way we would have more than one show a week. Now, Miss Hartman wouldn't be on there just because she works when I go live, but I guess you could hear me rant and rave. Lord, I love my Diet Mountain Dew. Let's see. Karen, I am 477 pounds. How do I start and not stop? Karen, what I would do for sure is go to get my free course first. Start there. P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul, 411.com. I specialize in women who are starting with at least 100 pounds to lose. It's not that that's the only person I help. It's just that my passion is right there, and I know what it's like to have to start with the bare minimum basics, because that's how I had to start. And so in that course, it really teaches you how to start changing that mindset to like starting things that you know you can repeat. And Karen, if you get on there, you will get invited to that webinar. It's the 3 secrets to like basically how to lose 100 pounds without counting calories. One of the secrets is all about how to like recover from a mistake. And let's see, it's mistakes, how not to be hangry, and how to do things that you will be willing to do over and over again. Because that is exactly, like, I took the 3 things that I knew worked for me when it came to food. And that is, I started with always doing stuff that I knew I would want to do. I didn't start layering in any bullshit that I was not ready to do. The next thing is I didn't allow myself to get super hungry ever. Like, I stayed in that, like, I just wasn't going to do it in the beginning. And I teach my clients a system now on that. And then the third thing is the mistakes. I strongly believe that every woman has to learn how to make diet mistakes and it be a learning tool and not an avenue of self-shame and judgment. So those are like the 3 big ones. And I go into detail in the webinar on those. So if you get on that mailing list today, there will be another notice going out for the webinar. Actually, it's in the morning. Karen, if you'll just message me, I'll send you a link to anybody that wants to go to that webinar. I'll post the link. I'll post the link on this Facebook page when I get done for any of you who want to, and you can just register that way. If you're my girls, though, PNP Tribe, you're getting a different one. So you don't need to come to this one. Come to the one where I'm going to be talking just to you guys. You guys will get a special link, and we are going to take those 3 tools, and then I'm going to show you, I'm going to connect them with all the tools in No BS, No BS 2, the programs and stuff. So if you want to just get some, this is just bonus content for June for you girls. So, and that includes our newbies. All of you, a lot of you newbies saw the like light version. If you want to see the other version, you can. It will also be archived and kept on PNP Tribe, so you guys will not, if you don't get to attend live, you won't miss it. But if you attend live, you get to ask questions. You will not be seen on the screen. Only I am seen, but you will have an opportunity to type in questions and stuff. Would this type of program work for bariatric patients? Christy, actually, yes. We have quite a few girls, especially this last round. I had a lot of girls. Is Jennifer on here? If you are, I think you had surgery. I'm not sure if you had surgery. I'm almost sure you did. But, and I think I'll see you tonight because you're in my 25 plus pound club. We've had quite a few girls. It's because the way I see it is, you know, it's not some, like for me, I try to teach you guys how to eat healthy and stuff. But I would say 80% of the battle is the mental shit, right? It is not necessarily the like, it's not like what you're eating. Like, I had somebody reach out to me today. She's actually, I think she ended up with lap band. She had to take it out. She had something else done. I can't remember what all she had done. And she said her doctor just told her she needed to figure out a way to quit emotionally eating, that she was stuck at her weight. And until she got that under control, she wasn't going to lose any more weight. So she was asking me, like, can you help me? Because I've already had the surgery and I need help. And I was like, that's exactly what we do. So yeah, I mean, it's for everyone. I mean, it's age, none of that is a barrier. When you're thinking about this is what I want you guys to think about. If you're emotionally eating, if you need to lose weight, we all have the same shit in our head. Every one of us. We want to entertain ourselves thinking that we're so different than everyone else. I'm going to give y'all a big tip. Ain't none of you any different than the next lady. If you were all so different, there wouldn't be, let's see how many people are on here. There wouldn't be 77 chicks sitting here listening to me right now. And that's just the people who accidentally found me at, what time is it? At 3:17 in the afternoon on a Thursday. So we are all the same. The way we change it is all the same. I work on finding the thought that you're having that is effing you up royally, that's making you feel like shit, which makes you eat like crap, and that makes you overweight. We find that thought, we start getting groundwork done. We start making the changes. You start feeling better. And when you feel better, you will want to eat better. It will not feel restrictive. It will not feel hard. It will not feel unfair. It will not feel those things, because all of that is triggered by how you think about it. And I teach you how to think in a new way. Hang on. I got messages. Good Lord. Mama's popular today, by the way. I'm just saying. You have made my life so different about the way I speak to myself. That's awesome, Cheryl. When I'm thinking about food, your voice overcomes me. I'm like a demon. And I shop the straight and narrow. You're right. This isn't rocket science. Tell her the ice cream story. Oh, I will. Hang on just a second. Yes, need webinar. Thank you. No surgery. Okay, Jennifer, I could not remember the other day. One of our girls has had surgery recently that is in our club, and she was talking about it, and I was thinking it was you, but it was somebody else. Oh, we were talking about something. Now I remember what we were talking about. Well, this worked for diabetic type 2 because I so need help. Yes, April. Where's Dawn Pittman? She's type 2. We have several that are type 2. So my insurance doesn't cover surgery. I don't think you need surgery. It's a mental game. I don't think there's anything wrong with surgery, but for a lot of people, I tell them before you have surgery, give the emotional piece a shot. Just give it a shot. I love when you start getting real. Roxanne, you're cracking me up. I don't know what the hell I was preaching about, but I must have been like, amen, hallelujah, going for it. Amy, I'm a bariatric patient, and I completely agree. The mental shit is messing me up, and I beat myself up daily. Love watching these lives. You're so helpful. Well, you're welcome, Miss Amy. Think pink next. I know you're thinking it. You know, Joyce, it's funny. I cannot do the pink, and it is because it will not stay in my hair. Now, with that said, when I go back, I think I go back in 2 weeks, I've got, like, you can kind of see my natural in through here. She's probably gonna have to bleach me one more time. I was actually thinking about getting a rose gold put in and then getting the shampoo and seeing how that would go. I've got the purple shampoo, so if I need to, I can always just like throw that back in there. I'm sure it would mix and play well with each other, but I'm willing to do just about anything to my hair. Ask Roxanne. She's been around forever. And Allie, I've been about every color known to man, every length. I even had a weave. Good God, y'all. I had a weave like back in 2010, I think it was, like weaved in, and it was long, and it was a hot mess. I'm going to tell you, it was not the best decision. Talk about making bad decisions. Well, no, Jennifer had skin surgery. I had a lot of skin surgery. Not a penny of it was covered. Not a penny. Now, some people can get covered. It just depends on a fine mane of hair. It just depends. It really depends on if you're having like, if you end up having like infections and stuff in the skin folds, if you have a lot of skin. I didn't have all that, so I just had to pay for it myself. I saved up for it and stuff. I also was one of those people that when it came to skin surgery, that I wanted to maintain for a couple years before I did it, because I wanted to make sure that this is it. And, you know, I just was like, this is it. I never am going back. It's worth having the surgeries. It wasn't an easy thing I ever did. I mean, I've got a lot of scars, guys. Like, when I'm naked, I look like train tracks all over the place. And, like, I go to Vegas and hang out by the pool. And I wear a bikini. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not like, you know, some bikini-clad model or anything, but I wear one even with scars that run from my kneecaps to my hoo-ha and all the way around from the front of my hoo-ha straight up to the middle part of my boobs. I mean, that's my scarring. It's loud and proud, but I just do it. I didn't lose all this weight to hide myself. I spent plenty of years doing that, and I'm just, you know, I'm done with that. If people ever say anything, I had somebody one time tell me, like, they're like, what happened to you? That looks like it must have been so painful. I'm like, oh, it was. And I just leave it at that. And then sometimes I just tell them, like, I lost 100 pounds. I had some surgery. You know, I mean, and then that usually gets a conversation started. Let's see. Aloha. I have been drinking the butter coffee in the morning and having a sensible lunch. And by the time I get home, the dinner, I want to eat like a beast. The prepared meals help me in the evening for a quick dinner, but I'm eating past full. My question is, if you experience more hunger in the evening, if you do not eat breakfast and just have the coffee, I'm trying to figure this out. And you are a rock star. Thanks for your fabulous energy. Oh, thank you. I don't find that. Now, I've been doing it for a while. And one of the things is that I listen to make sure that my brain isn't just telling me that I'm that hungry. A lot of times it's like it will convince you you're hungrier than you are, because it'll say things like, well, you know, you didn't eat very much today. That's probably why you're extra hungry and stuff. If I ever go into that stuff, I just start telling myself, you know what? We're not extra hungry. There's no such thing as extra hungry because you didn't eat enough in the first part of the day. It's time to eat. I'm still going to eat to satisfied. I don't need to eat past satisfied just because I had butter coffee this morning. A lot of times changing the conversation will definitely, like, gear down some of that hunger and stuff. A lot of times it's more manifested hunger from your brain than it is actual legit hunger. So let's see. As I was reaching for my chips after a stressful week and your life popped up and I put the chips down, most of the time I hear your messages in my head asking, am I really at a -2? Why am I eating? This time Facebook spoke to me. That's funny. It's like I'm everywhere, right, Chris? I'm glad you did put the chips down. And sometimes that's all you need. You know, you just need to hear it real quick and just act on it. Guys, so we are open June 1st through the 5th. If you want to be a member, I highly suggest you get in. This is going to be an off-the-chain group. The reason why I love the June opening is because so many people will tell me, I'm traveling, kids are out of school, the routine's blowed, so now I can't start a diet. Now I can't lose my weight. This is absolutely when you want to do it. When you're going to be traveling and when those kids are out of school and you're out of routine, this is when you want to learn how to not be eating emotionally and eating just because and like eating out of routine. I mean, like you want to be able to get past all that mental crap you will tell yourself. This is the time. Set yourself up for an amazing summer, because the way I teach you how to lose weight does not have anything to do with having to count calories. I just got back from an 11-day trip. I didn't count a single calorie. I don't weigh after vacation, but I don't even think I gained weight, literally. I mean, and I had every day, I made sure that I never ate past full. I just stuck to the exact same things that I teach my girls. That's all I did. I didn't even exercise as much as I normally do. So if you really want to learn how to handle your summer like a boss, I would join now. Because I'm not sure when we're opening back up. We don't know. We don't know until us coaches, we just decide, what are we doing? So if you want to join, it's pnptribe.com. Check it out. And then let's see. Oh my God, I need to change my ways. I literally want to change for dental reasons. I was just told I have $6,000 worth of dental work to do. I know it's from Sweets and Pop. Julie, for reals, you've got like financial reasons to be wanting to change. And we all like our teeth to look nice. And I've had some tooth sensitivity lately, so I can feel you on the tooth pain. If you just want the free course, go to pnp411.com. You'll get the free course, 4 videos, a workbook, And when you get on that mailing list, anytime I'm doing free trainings like webinars, all of my podcasts, I will send it to you when they release, all that kind of good stuff that just keeps you in the know. I would get on that list too. Guys, you have a wonderful day. I am getting ready to go live with my brand new tribe members at 4 o'clock so we can get a big welcome for everybody. So I need to brush my teeth, drink some water, and charge my phone. I'll talk to you later. Bye.